Okay, now we're going to demonstrate the Y in a vertical position. This is really for people that still have good overhead mobility, can get into the fully flexed position here, but have that problem still with a lot of upper trap dominance when they go to, upon lifting the arm off the ground, that horizontal load is just too much for them and they go right back into the upper trap dominant position. This is also a good way to bring back in the overhead kind of position and think about translating from the floor to standing and getting back into being able to pattern correctly over the head. So there's not much load here per se, because again we're vertically standing up against gravity, but it is a great way to teach the patterning, and I think oftentimes this is where I start now because it's just so much easier. So you get the person basically standing face against the wall, feet face against the wall. The only thing we have to concern ourselves with here really is too much spinal extension, so that's something we have to make sure we've talked about and paid good attention to. And then we go through the same reach, roll, and lift concept. To facilitate the low trap, we lengthen it, and then we externally rotate from the shoulder to fire the rotator cuff, lat, and then depress like she just did back into that low trap. At this point, she's simply going to try to pull her hands back towards me and get vertical, which she just did. Very nice. And hold the position. From here, she's going to go ahead and put her arms back on the wall. And over time, we can progress back to more of a vertical shoulder overhead press position. So she's going to bring her arms into a more vertical, directly over the top position. She's going to do the same thing, the reach. That's right. We're just going to externally rotate and depress to fire the low trap, lat, and the rotator cuff, putting the nice scapular position, good shoulder position in the joint, maintaining good subacromial space. And then she's going to try to just maintain that position and pull the arms into perfectly vertical, which just be about an inch or two off the wall, really. It's not much motion at all. Okay? And then just one more time, Neghar, I'm going to walk to the side here, and we're going to take a look at her actual position against the wall, as you'll see right here. She's really flush up against the wall. We're going to look really to make sure there's no spinal extension as she does this. She's then going to yes, very good, externally rotate, depress, and then raise just an inch or two off the wall. And that is really what we're looking at now, is a good packed shoulder position. The lat is fired, the humerus is sitting down properly into the socket on its center of rotation. The scapula is properly positioned on the T-spine. It's upwardly rotated, but it is nicely depressed and controlled. And this should give us the best overhead position, best overhead mechanics, the best sequencing to develop an overhead pattern, overhead movement pattern.